Boom. Good evening, world, and happy Sunday. I was having a conversation just a little while ago with a good friend of mine, and as compassionate and considerate as she is, she always asks how Atlas is doing, my son. And my response to that is always wonderful. He's doing great. And the question was kind of pointed because it's considering all of the crazy things that are going on in society and in our personal lives as we're affected by what's happening in society. And, it came from a good place to where, how's he doing? How's he holding up? And honestly speaking, he is doing fantastic because, as a parent, I think it's really important to shield our children from the things that they don't have the ability to process, from the things that have no benefit from being absorbed by their consciousness. So the problems of the world, although they may be important on a global scale, are not necessarily important to a 7-year-old. And giving a child that form of stress, that information overload, with the inability to really respond to it in a very effective way can be traumatizing, for lack of a better word. And there's many of us out there, myself included, that have been exposed to some form of information at a very young age that we were not ready for. We were not capable of processing in the most sensible way. So, the schoolmaster at Slate School in North Haven, a place that we visited early on in Atlas's educational career and, had the intent to put him there. It's a beautiful place. I advise anyone who's looking for an alternative to public education for young children to check out Slate School. It's a beautiful place, and the philosophy on education that they have there is tremendous. But we decided to go with the homeschooling route. So Atlas has been at home with us since day one, and he's flourishing and loves it. And it's a very great way for us to bond as a family, during this time of development that we're never going to get back. But the schoolmaster there, Julie Mountcastle, said something that always stuck with me. And it was something along the lines of, we never want to expose a child to the evils of the world when we don't have to, okay? I probably butchered that quote, and if you see this, please correct me. But it's really about, putting our child or our children in a protective bubble, not really, babying them or coddling them per se from the stresses and challenges that they do encounter, but really about recognizing with some sensibility that us adults should have, that there's some things that children should not be exposed to, whether that's information that comes on a screen, whether that's an iPad, a phone, or a TV screen, or something in the theaters, whether that's information in the way of a book or a comic book or something like that an adult might leave around, or even in the form of a conversation. Adults many times will have gatherings and have kids running around, and they actually forget that kids are like sponges and absorb everything. And they have these conversations that kids are listening to, may not have the ability to process, but then they go mimic that out in their own small worlds. And we get mad at them for that. Or, we try to place the blame on them for absorbing that and then repeating it. The same thing goes with music. There's a lot of things that are on the radio, a lot of things that are in our own personal playlists that we wouldn't want our children to necessarily absorb. No matter how good the beat is, it's all about the lyrics. It's all about the message. And my message for you all today is, especially you parents or anyone that works with young children, is to really monitor and have some sensibility about how you relay information and what you allow your children to soak up, because they're sponges. And one thing that we want them to soak up is the best versions of ourselves. We want them to soak up all the beautiful attributes that we've gathered over a lifetime of experience, right? And kind of push out some of the things that maybe we want to get rid of. It's a self-audit first, and then we look to relay some of the best attributes to our children. So perhaps a little long-winded tonight, but I think the message is clear. Take care of your kids, take care of yourself, and if you need any insight, perspective, or just a smile, I'm only a reach away. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace.